quick because I'm going to get this interview going on, all right? And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to O'Fallon High School here at the Panther Dome as we get you set for some boys basketball action between your Collinsville Kahawks and the O'Fallon Panthers. I am Todd Duke. Chris Kettler will be along just a little bit later. We brought Zach Roseman along with us to keep track of the scoreboard tonight as we get you set for this game between the 5-0 Collinsville Kahawks and the 2-1 O'Fallon Panthers. And we welcome you in to the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. Stop in for weekly specials. Right now it's all about Christmas, and the poinsettias are up for sale at Cullip Jennings Florist. Give them a call at 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, my visit with Collinsville head coach Darren Lee. That'll come your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. We're live at the Panther Dome tonight as your Collinsville Kahawks open Southwestern Conference play with a battle against the O'Fallon Panthers. Joining us now on the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show is Collinsville head coach Darren Lee. Coach, let's go back to summer. I got reports all summer long that you guys had a pretty good record, so let's start from there and move forward. How was your summer?
It was good. I mean, we won some. The summer's hard to gauge. I mean, we beat some teams we probably shouldn't have. We got beat by a couple teams that shouldn't have beat us. But it was a pretty good summer. I mean, it's hard to gauge wins and losses because they don't keep personal fouls and they're short games. So, but overall, it was pretty good.
How much does playing in that summertime league help your guys now?
Well, it certainly helps. You're running some of your offense. You're running, letting a lot of guys play. You go deeper in the summer than you do in the winter. You know, like a lot of these guys are playing in the JV game today. So we go 10 deep. So you get to look at all your players and make some decisions on who's going to be in your rotation, because you only have 2 weeks of practice to start the season. So you need to have a little idea who's your rotation coming in.
All right, you mentioned practice. That started on November 5th. And this is your 10th year in charge of this program. How much has your offensive scheme or your defensive scheme changed in your 10 years? Or are you pretty much steady along the board?
It's pretty steady. I mean, it changes with personnel a little bit. Like, you know, we've got the two big kids out there, so we're running. You know, actually, we're running a little bit of the same thing we had when we had Rickman and Davis. When both Moulton and Jones are in, so a little bit of it depends on who's in the game. We've been diamond pressing a lot, and I've had different teams over my 30-year career that we've diamond pressed at different times in my career, and that's been pretty good for us so far up until now.
All right, then the season started. You went up to Heron, and you won all 5 games up there, come away with the championship. Tell us about the tournament experience.
Well, we definitely played awfully well. I thought we could, for sure, we're going to win 4. I thought Mount Vernon would be a tough affair, and we played awfully well against them. Our press really bothered a lot of people, so we were able to create a lot of turnovers. We didn't shoot it extremely well, but we were able to create so many turnovers that the games, we were able to put most of the games away before the fourth quarter.
Big talk around these parts, of course, is E.J. Liddell at Belleville West, Terrence Hargrove at East St. Louis, and then right behind is your guy, Rayshawn Taylor. Do you think he should be above those two guys, or is he right there at the number 3 spot?
Oh, no. Those guys are different type of players. Those are 6'7", 6'6", 6'7" seniors, and he's a 6'1" guard. So I wouldn't even compare. You know, it's hard to compare those guys, but also they're a year older than he is. So, but as guards go, you know, he certainly could be. When you look at 1 and 2 guards in our conference, he could be one of the better ones.
All right, you talked about your big guys, Jones and Moulton. How important are they to you, both offensively and defensively?
Well, they're important on the boards and offensively. You know, they are they're horses on the blocks, and we play both of them. Sometimes we play them in tandem, and sometimes we just go with one. And so we have to move guys around. We have to slide guys up and down. Sometimes we go with both of them out there, or we slide. Sometimes if we don't have them both, Marshall Harrison slides to the 4 spot.
All right, so you lost Braden Lim from a year ago. He was your senior leader last year. Who fills that role this year?
Well, that's hard to say. I mean, we you know, Zane Baker's the senior, Marshall Harrison are the 2 seniors that are playing. So I guess those 2, if you're talking about seniors, those would be the 2. So, you know, we have 2 seniors. We don't really have anybody that plays like Braden did. But we're trying. But overall, we think everybody being a year older, that we can do things a little better.
Speaking of doing things a little better, last year you won 4 out of 5 up in Heron, and then the very next game was against O'Fallon over at SIUE, and that didn't go very well. How do you reverse that trend and make this another W for you tonight?
Well, we hope we can guard better. You know, now I think we can defend these guys. You know, they don't have Hodge out there like they did last year, and he was a very tough match for us. So, but hopefully defensively we can create some havoc like we have all year this year.
And you mentioned no Hodge. I looked at that roster, and I hardly recognize a name on it. It's a little different from years past, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. They have a lot of youth. You know, they had that really good freshman class last year, so the Riley, sophomore, you know, Kyle Dismukes, my nephew, is started for him last year. So they're looking to him to provide some senior leadership, and they're starting a freshman tonight. So, you know, kind of like when we started Rayshon as a freshman, they're probably looking to do the same thing with the Burton kid.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck out there tonight.
Okay, thank you.
And as head coach Darren Lee of your Collinsville Kahawks, we'll take a break here on the Cullip Jennings Forest pregame show. When we come back, starting rosters will head your way. That's next on the Kahawks Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, business, sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or call 344-2200. Cullip Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all design styles from traditional to trend-setting. Cullip Jennings Florist is, of course, your place for beautiful flowers suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Florist is there for any of life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online, cullipjennings.com.
And we welcome you back to the Panther Dome here at O'Fallon Township High School. I am Todd Duke. Chris Kettler is along with us. Zach Roseman is here too. He'll be keeping track of that scoreboard for us as we go along. And here are your starting rosters. First for the O'Fallon Panthers, they will start off with Quinn Harris, the 5'9" senior, followed by Sean Riley II. He'll just be known as Sean Riley from here on out. the 6'5" sophomore. Isaiah Kraft, the 6'2" senior. Kyle Dismukes, who is the, as you heard on the pregame show, Coach Lee's nephew. He's the 6'1" senior. And then Caleb Burton, the 6-foot freshman. For your Collinsville Kahawks, Zane Baker, the 6'2" junior, gets the start, as does Kawan Smith, the 5'9" junior, and an all-junior starting 5 for Collinsville, by the way. Rayshawn Taylor, the 6'1" junior, and then the two big guys, Kadrian Jones, the 6'6" junior, and Aaron Moulton, another 6'6" junior. We bring in Chris Kettler now to the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show, and Chris got to see the Collinsville Kahawks play all 5 games up in Heron, or down in Heron. I keep on trying to give them a northerly destination, but down in Heron. So with your own eyes, Chris, I know that the team went 5-0, and I know by looking at the scores they almost dominated every game. So give us your report card on this Collinsville Kahawk team.
Well, yes, definitely A+ from those games there, dominating some mismatched teams there. Everybody thought Mount Vernon would be the team that could slow the Kahawks down there defensively, and that proved not to be. Taylor very impressive getting to the boards. Smith creating a lot of steals for the Kahawks, and the big boys Jones and Moulton and their time in there, rebounds, a lot of stuff was real good. And then leave out Marshall Harrison, who had that scoring touch throughout the tournament and was out there, and he's not even starting tonight. They're going to mix it up here and start both the big boys here tonight.
Darren Lee is in his 10th year. He has a record with Collinsville of 145 wins and 130 losses. The 2-1 O'Fallon Panthers are coached by third-year head coach Brian Muniz, and he sports a 27-33 record after his first couple of years. They went 11-18 last year, 14-14 in his first year. Collinsville went 7-14 last year. The Kahawks beat Springfield in the regional quarterfinal, then lost to Quincy in regional semifinal action. We had to make back-to-back trips to Quincy. For O'Fallon, they beat Altoff in the regional quarterfinals and then lost to Edwardsville in the semis. As far as a little streakiness is concerned, last year Collinsville had 2 4-game winning streaks and 1 5-game losing streak and a 3-game losing streak. Other than that, they had a couple of wins here, then a couple of losses there. For O'Fallon, they had 1 3-game losing streak, or excuse me, winning streak, 1 2-game winning streak, and then they had a 4-game losing streak and 2 3-game losing streaks, and they had an up-and-down year last year. The last time that O'Fallon was regional champions was under Rick Gibson in the 2012-2013 season. Believe it or not, they went 9-20 that year and still ended up being regional champions. Just goes to show you when you get a little hot in the playoffs, it doesn't matter what your record is.
Yeah, they got hot definitely in that game. I believe they beat Collinsville in that regional championship. That was one we were definitely tasting as Collinsville fan, thinking they're about to finish that, and O'Fallon finished with a great flurry there at the end of the game, and a 7-win team coming to the playoffs, won the regional.
Darren Lee has won regional championship in his previous 9 years at the helm of the Kahawks. That came in the 14-15 season with that big win over East St. Louis, that 58-50 win. The best year for Coach Lee so far, 23-6. That was in the 2011-2012 season. By the way, after that East St. Louis game, Collinsville lost to Alton in the sectional semifinal. They couldn't quite carry that over all that excitement from beating East St. Louis into the next round, but that was a fun regional to watch, wasn't it?
That was a fun regional there. The Kahawks beat 2 teams that beat them twice in the regular season. Philando Wilkinson, who I believe was the star of the team that year, and he willed the team to the regional championship.
Last year, after taking 4 of 5 in Heron, Collinsville then lost their very next game to O'Fallon at SIUE. They then lost a bunch after that. They lost to East St. Louis, they lost at Edwardsville, and they lost at Alton. All that before getting win number 5. Well, we already have win number 5 on the year, and we'll see if we can pick up win number 6 here tonight. The history not too good in Collinsville's side of things between these two teams over the last 19 years. Collinsville has won 10 and lost 27 if you include the 1-3 playoff record over those last 19 years. Collinsville is 11-30 against the O'Fallon Panthers. Coach Lee, by the way, 5-13 in the regular season against O'Fallon and 1-2 in the playoffs. Last year, Collinsville lost both games to O'Fallon, 59-52. That was at that SIUE game back on December the 2nd. And then they lost right here in this building on the 26th of January of this year, 60-59. to 56. And I remember that game too. That was a game that Collinsville could have and would have and should have won.
Which game was that?
The game that was here last year against O'Fallon.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
60 to 56.
Yeah, that was a frustrating game.
It was.
Even on my end here. Yeah, it was. The Kahawks really had that one for the taking, and that was just a very frustrating game that tailed away from them at the very end.
Have to go back to 2015, the last time Collinsville beat the O'Fallon Panthers. That was a 57 to 54 victory at Collinsville. Last time that Collinsville took both the home and away. They did that in 2012-13 season. They also did it in the 11-12 season, the 01-02 season, and the 2000-2001 season. So it has been done a couple of times, but it's been a while. So how about we start off with one here, and then we take the one in Collinsville. That'll be coming up on January the 25th. Both teams out on the floor. Collinsville, of course, the road team. They are dressed in all purple. And the O'Fallon Panthers are the home team. They're dressed in their white home jerseys. White shorts as well with a little gold and blue along the sides of the shorts. Numbers are in dark blue, navy blue, and trimmed in a little gold as the O'Fallon Panthers win the opening tip-off, and we are underway. Here is Caleb Burton, the 6-foot freshman. Over on the wing now to Desmukes, the nephew of Collinsville's head coach, Darren Lee. And now we get a foul and a basket right after. O'Fallon should have been whistled for a traveling call.
Riley got in there on Jones, and his arcing shot up there did fall in, and not much contact gets called on Jones. Gets his first foul here, 15 seconds in, 16
Riley
seconds.
Up at the free throw line, hits his one. And now he is just 9 for 21 from the free throw line, so not that great from the line in the early goings of this season. Here is Kawan Smith. He dribbles, he drives, he shoots, and he doesn't score, but with the rebound, it is Aaron Moulton. Moulton gets the ball out to Zane Baker. Baker will hand it off to Taylor. Taylor dribbles and drives inside, kicks it out to Smith. Shot, no good again, and we're going to have a foul called on the play, but it's going to be a non-shooting foul. And this one is going to go against Isaiah Kraft.
Fallon's going to find it a hard time to get rebounds in there with when both Jones and Moulton are out there like right now.
Here's the inbound pass from Taylor to Zane Baker. 3-point shot, good.
There you go. Zane Baker struggled with his shot there a bit last week, but off to a good start here. This one, and Chaos gets
There's
steal.
a turnover. Yep, steal coming up, and Collinsville making some more noise here, and another foul. And this one looks like it's going to go against O'Fallon as well. It's going to go against Quinn Harris. So 2 quick fouls by O'Fallon, and we're only 49 seconds into this first quarter. We're tied 3-3.
Quick to start creating them steals for the Kahawks again.
Rayshawn Taylor, 13 of 22 from the free throw line at Heron, and misses the first one outside of Heron.
Team, I would say, did struggle a bit from time to time on the free throw line at Heron last week.
Rayshawn Taylor will get another opportunity here to give his team a lead for the first time in this game, and he does. 4-3, Collinsville up by 1. 7:10 left to play here in this opening quarter. Collinsville putting on some backcourt pressure, and it almost paid off as O'Fallon had a hard time getting that ball out of there. Here is Burton. He dribbles and drives and dishes it off. Quinn Harris puts it in off the glass, and 5-4. Back to a 1-point advantage here for O'Fallon. Here is Rayshawn Taylor in front of the O'Fallon bench over on the left wing, far side of the court. Back to Smith, over to Baker. Zane Baker back to Kawan Smith, now over to Rayshawn Taylor. He'll dribble, he'll drive, he'll pull up, he'll shoot. It's short, and getting the loose ball and putting it back up and in is Aaron Moulton for Collinsville, and the Kahawks are back to a 6-5 advantage.
Good positioning there for Jones to get that shot up there and put it back in.
There's a little pop, but it won't get the drop, and now a loose ball. It comes right back to the shooter. That was Desmukes. He gives it up to Burton. Burton drives into the lane and picks up his first 2 points.
Good job by Burton to pull up just in time before he avoids the contact with Moulton, and Panthers swing back ahead. Baker here will dribble, drive it, throw it in, and now 3 in the corner from Taylor is good.
Nice job. Rayshawn Taylor hits the 3-point plateau. Collinsville up by 2, 9-7. O'Fallon with the ball, double teamed over there, and now falling is Harris, and now he will get a timeout called just as a couple of Kahawks were closing in on number 2 for O'Fallon. Let's thank some of our sponsors here, as we should. How about, if I can find my paper here, the Collinsville Education Association. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page and check out their website, collinsvillecea.org. 5:47 left to play here in this opening quarter. 9-7 in favor of O'Fallon. And the Panthers will get the ball back as the throw-in will come from Caleb Burton right in front of his head coach, Brian Muniz. And it comes in to the backcourt to Dismukes. Dismukes brings the ball up across the timeline. 5:40 left to play here, first quarter action. Over on the far side wing, that's Riley. Back to the top of the key for Kraft. Now a dribble drive by Dismukes, baseline, top, shot, fingertip roll, good. Dismukes gets his first 2 points. And what happened?
Violation on the inbounds there, saying Jones stepped over, throwing it in, and unforced error there for the Kahawks.
First turnover for Collinsville here in this first quarter. 9-9 is our score. Dismukes takes a shot, rolls across the rim, and Zane Baker pulls down the rebound for the Kahawks. Collinsville works the ball up court. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. He ditches it off to Smith. Baseline shot. Rolls across the rim. There is Moulton with the rebound. He's in the paint. Takes the shot off the glass. Good for 2.
Way to fight in the paint there for Moulton. Pulled down the rebound and then gets the putback.
And
Baker tried to get to it and goes off him and out of bounds. O'Fallon will throw it in right in front of the scorers.
Our first substitution, we will bring in Cameron Neal, the 6'6" junior, and to the bench goes Isaiah Kraft.
Fallon will try to match with some size with 6'6" Neal.
Yeah, that's a 4-inch difference over the 6'2" Kraft. Inbound pass comes in from in front of the scorer's bench. Out to midcourt to Dismukes. Over on the far side, a little poke check there by Kawan Smith. He goes for the ball. It's in the backcourt. And then Smith comes from behind Burton and knocks the ball out. So Smith is knocking that ball into the backcourt, then out of bounds.
Doing what he does, trying to create steals, create the havoc for the guard, trying to bring the ball up, and then he chases him back down from behind.
4:48 left to play, and now we have a foul coming up before the ball would even get inbounded. And Aaron Moulton's going to get called for his first foul. Team second. Jones has the other one. Each team with 2 fouls, and now we're going to have a foul the other way before the inbound pass can come in. This one's going to go against Caleb Burton. Wow, there's a little rough stuff going on out there before the ball is even brought in bounds.
I set that screen and didn't quite get it right. It was a legal screen, fouling Panthers.
There is Kawan Smith. He ditches it off to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor drives, shoots, and
I'd say he stepped out.
Okay.
Right along the baseline there.
Yeah, can't see the referee because of the balcony ledge here, so I couldn't see the call. Inbound pass will still come in from my blind spot. And a steal, nicely done, Jones, Baker. Oh, Baker's having a hard time finding the handle on the ball. Now he does, little underhand pass out to Moulton. Finds its way in the corner, Taylor for 3, yes!
Great possession created on the steal. The Kahawks didn't get the basket underneath, but then moved the ball around, and now we're gonna have another steal.
Another turnover. 2 in a row, 4th of the game, and now we're gonna have a traveling call against Collinsville. So they'll turn the ball over as well. That's their second.
Not under control there a little bit. Taylor fighting to drive in. Just lost his feet a little bit.
See the little coach down there at the end of the bench?
Yeah, it's his son. They was telling me about him. He dressed
That's
up like
cute.
his dad, got his tie on and everything. That's great.
That is cute. I just noticed that. Hopefully we can get the camera back over that direction. Everybody that's viewing can see that too. That is very cute. Here is Dismukes in front of the Kahawk bench. Just under 4 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Gets the ball into the hands of Neal. Back out front, top of the key. Drive by Riley. He's tripped up, loses the ball, no whistle. Here comes Collinsville. Rayshawn Taylor gives it to Smith. Over in the corner, Zane Baker for three, a little bit too far. And that is the first missed three-pointer of this game for Collinsville. As Collinsville makes their first substitution, Marshall Harrison will check into the game, and he'll be the first senior Kahawk on the floor here in O'Fallon tonight. He'll take the place of Aaron Moulton. Here is Harrison, back out to Zane Baker. Over to Harrison once again. In front of the O'Fallon bench, back out in the slot between the middle circle and the top of the key. Now to Kawan Smith over on the right wing. Back to the top of the key as Collinsville will play catch for a little while. 3:27 to go. Marshall Harrison loses the handle. Taylor picks it up, shoots a three off the fat part of the iron, and it comes down for a rebound for O'Fallon, and more rough stuff as the whistle blows, and Collinsville will get another foul. Rayshawn Taylor's first, team third. 3:18 left to play here in this first quarter.
Not letting O'Fallon beat him in transition there. Tight defense. A little too much, though. Taylor gets called for the foul.
Dismukes will inbound from in front of the scorer's table. 14-9, Collinsville is up here in this first quarter by 5 points.
All kinds of talking to here. Referee underneath talking to Marshall. Give him space, and right in front of the basket there was another talking to. Now there's a steal.
Trying to steal it is Kawan Smith. He couldn't quite find the handle on that ball. He had it a couple of times, but never could corral it in. At any rate, the ball is pushed back down the court, and O'Fallon will have to work back in the other direction. So at least he's making him work for it. Bounce pass comes in, almost picked off by Smith again. Drew Tebby is into the game for O'Fallon. He has the ball back near the midcourt stripe. Kawan Smith is going to get called for a reach-in foul. That'll be his first, team fourth. Inbound pass again coming in from Dismukes in front of the scorer's bench. Into the backcourt, and Burton takes it. Caleb Burton, the 6-foot freshman. Remember when Rayshawn Taylor was a freshman playing varsity ball for Collinsville a couple of years ago. Here is the aforementioned freshman, Burton. He'll take it all the way back to the midcourt circle. He'll dribble, he'll drive in the paint, takes a kind of an awkward circus shot, and it falls. Collinsville brings it back down. Here is Taylor. Taylor at the end of the O'Fallon bench tries to throw a quick pass into KJ, but that's picked off by Dismukes, and then Dismukes gets tripped up by Kawan Smith. No call. Rebound belongs to O'Fallon. The putback no good, and this time the rebound ends up into the hands of the Kahawks. And all kinds of rough stuff going on out there. Bodies running into each other, but the refs so far letting them play through some of this stuff. Here's Marshall Harrison, just inside the perimeter. Back to Kawan Smith. I don't understand why they don't put these other baskets up and out of the way. Ball ends up out of bounds, and the referee on the far sideline overruled the one under the basket and says now it's going to belong to O'Fallon. 2:03 left to play here in this first quarter. 14-11 in favor of Collinsville. Inbound pass will come in from underneath of the Kahawk basket, and it's a bounce pass into Tebby, who then gives it right back to Dismukes, and he returns the favor. Tebby in the slot, backs it up toward the midcourt circle with 1:50 left to play here in this opening quarter. Dismukes out to the top of the key for Kraft, who's back into the game, and a whistle away from the play again. And this one is going to go against Taylor. Nope.
Taylor's
it's going against Harris.
Yeah, Taylor's one who's got fouled underneath there. Fallon setting the picks.
I saw Harris walk away clapping. I didn't realize.
I thought he was throwing his hands up saying, why are you calling that on me?
Yeah. Thought it was going to be on Collinsville. Here is Smith. Kahawks up by 3, looking for more. Out of the perimeter, it is KJ, Kadrian Jones. Back to Smith, top of the key. Now to Taylor, inside to Jones, just outside the paint. He dribbles and drives baseline and then gets pushed. And that is a foul that belongs to Cameron Neal. That'll be his first. Team's fifth. Collinsville only has 4 fouls.
Bring Burton back in from his Brief visit to the bench, and Kahok will inbound it here underneath.
Taylor will do that, and right off the get-go in midair, caught by Harrison and put right in. Nice play on the inbound. Now Collinsville trapping in the corner once again. O'Fallon trying to get out of it. They will. 1:15 left to play here in this opening quarter. There's a little shot from just inside the perimeter, no good. And Rayshawn Taylor comes away with the rebound. Kahawks work it into the corner on the far side to Harrison from the free throw line. Off balance shot won't go. And this time the rebound belongs to Isaiah Kraft for O'Fallon. Under a minute to go, 50 seconds. 16-11, Collinsville with the 5-point lead. Across the timeline comes Caleb Burton. Burton dribbles. Hands it off now to Tebby. Tebby over on the far side to Dismukes in front of the scorer's bench. Down to 30 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Dismukes almost had that ball bounce off his calf and back into the backcourt. He works his way to the free throw line, takes a shot, can't get it to go. Rebound shoved into the hands of Zane Baker. Collinsville's got 15 seconds. They can slow it down. Here is Rayshawn Taylor back at midcourt in front of the scorer's bench. And now a push from behind going to be called against Caleb Brown once again. His second call of the same nature. 7.4 seconds left. So Collinsville has a little less time in which to work.
Chance to get the last shot here and start the second quarter with the ball. 2 for 1 here, extend the lead, and
there's Taylor.
Points.
Up to the free throw line to Kadrian Jones, outside to Kawan Smith. 3-point shot, no good. There's the buzzer, and that is the end of quarter number 1. Collinsville up by a score of 16-11. And we're going to take a break here on the Kahok Sports Network. When we come back, we'll have quarter number 2 for you. That'll come up next on the Kahok Sports Network.
I'm a hot babe out jogging. I'm out making sure this stays a 10 when you drive by. You're checking out my awesome headband when... Oops. That's when you find out your cut rate insurance, it ain't paying for this. So get Allstate. Save cash and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands? Call me, Mike Cluck with Allstate, for a quote today.
Hi, I'm Colton Pareko. I want to thank the team at RE/MAX Alliance for helping me find my first home. It couldn't have been any easier. If you're in the game for a new home, contact my friends at RE/MAX Alliance.
Back at the Panther Dome here at O'Fallon High School. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, Chris Kettler, we're all with you here on the Kahok Sports Network. After 1 quarter of play in the books, Collinsville up 16-11. Rayshawn Taylor with 7 points in that first quarter. Leads all scorers, and Collinsville gets the ball back as we start quarter number 2. And out front, Zeladini into the game for the first time. Laurent is. Here is Smith. Outside, now back over to Taylor, inside to Moulton, back out to the top of the key. Here is Zeladini with a 3-point shot. It rattles and almost wanted to fall, but won't. And the rebound belongs to the O'Fallon Panthers.
A different lineup in there. Jones and Baker on the bench now, and yeah, Zeladini and Moulton comes back in.
O'Fallon with the ball. Here is Burton. He'll pop one from 3. That was the first 3-pointer made tonight by O'Fallon. They're now 1 for 3 in that category, and Collinsville's lead is down to 2. Smith gets it to Rayshawn Taylor. He bluffs the 3, goes into the lane, and has the ball knocked out of his hands. That is the other turnover for Collinsville, and here is Dismukes. He banks it off one of the feet of Kawan Smith and out of bounds, so O'Fallon will inbound. And they'll do so from underneath of their own basket. 1 minute and 1 second expired here in this second quarter. Inbound pass comes into Riley. Riley back to Dismukes. Dismukes has the ball back toward midcourt. Now back to Burton. Burton dribbles and drives and then throws an underhand pass that almost went out of bounds. Here is Tebby. Tebby back over to Burton. Into the corner now for Kraft. Kraft, baseline, cut off by Harrison. Here is Dismukes. He has room in the paint. Takes the shot, but he's fouled as he goes up with a little underhand move.
I don't know if Geladine was expecting that move there. Got caught out of position. Throws the foul there on Dismukes and Fallon with a chance to tie it.
Brent Zeladini, the 6'2" junior, guilty of that foul, and that will send Kyle Dismukes to the free throw line, where he is 6 of 9 on the early year. And he misses the first one. Next one for the O'Fallon senior, 6'1" Kyle Dismukes. Misses both of them. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here is Smith. Smith works his way over to the right wing, bounces it into the right-hand corner. A quick no-look tap pass from Taylor to Harrison, and Harrison has had a couple of pretty baskets tonight.
Yeah, hard time creating space to put that up, and then it just barely drops in.
Kahawks up by 4, 18-14. Here is Dismukes into the corner. Three-point shot on the way. No good off of the hands of Isaiah Kraft. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. They bring it down. Here is Smith with a little floater. No good. Put back up. Won't fall for Zeladini. And this time the rebound belongs to the O'Fallon Panthers. They fly down court, and the ball knocked out of the hands of Caleb Burton by one of the Kahawks.
Yeah, underneath down there, Zeladini just really didn't get it too well and put up a quality shot. He just kind of volleyed at it and it went wide.
Inbound pass comes in front of the Kahawk bench. They work it around to Amari Wills, who's into the game for the first time. Here is Tebby. He gets it back to Burton. Burton over on the far side to Wills. Wills will dribble his way to the top of the key, bounce it outside the perimeter. Burton with a three-point shot, no good. Rebound, falls down, and Collinsville comes away with it. Kahawks bring the ball up court. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. 5.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Rayshawn Taylor gives to Smith. Back to Taylor. Over to Zeladini. Here is Taylor bluffing the three. Now back over to this side for Smith. Bounces it in the perimeter to Moulton. Cross-court pass into the corner. Zeladini dribbles, drives, and scores. Boy, I tell you what, Brian Muniz wanted a traveling call, and he might have had something to talk about there.
Big steps, we'll call it. Big steps. Yeah, Geladini was able to put it up, but yeah, may have traveled in the process, but the points go up for the Kahawks.
Sure do. Up by 6 now is Collinsville. They were up by 5 after 1 quarter of play. 20-14 is our score. Here is Burton being bothered by Kawan Smith. Outside, Tebby, three-point shot, too strong. Rebound, that belongs to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor brings the ball back up court. Crosses the timeline with 4:30 left to play here in this first half. Geladini back into the slot. Over to Taylor, who launches a three, and it rattles but won't fall. Rebound, that belongs to O'Fallon this time. And we head back in the other direction. Here is Burton at the top of the key. We'll get a look at both of our teams on the home floor next week. Girls against East St. Louis on Tuesday, and the boys against Edwardsville on Friday. Here's Tebby. Bounces a pass outside to Wills. Wills drives in the paint, kicks it back outside. Three-point shot on the way. No good. Off of the hands of Kraft, and the rebound again belonging to Collinsville. Here come the Kahawks, and they turn the ball over. 5th turnover. That matches the 5 for O'Fallon as well. Here is Tebby. Kicks it outside, Burton. Burton over onto this wing now for Wills. Wills moves it up inside, and we're going to have a push from behind called against Geladini. That'll be his 2nd foul, and that'll be Collinsville's 5th. 6th.
Fallon settling for threes, not really trying to work it in too much, and their threes have been off by everybody other than Burton pretty much.
Each team has 6 fouls. Each team has 5 turnovers. Collinsville has 20 points, O'Fallon has 14. There is Riley. He'll pop it from the top of the key. Can't get it to go. And there is Kadrian Jones with the rebound for Collinsville. A stretch pass all the way down in front of the O'Fallon bench. Marshall Harrison. Then he kind of gets taken out of the play down underneath the basket by Neal. No call on the play. And then we have a jump ball right afterwards.
Rising, no call there on Harrison. He lowered his shoulder, charged in like a bull, and then lost a handle on the ball, and Bill Fallon will get it on the jump ball.
They will inbound from underneath of the Collinsville basket and bring it up court. Back into the game is Quinn Harris. Harris moves the ball up and ditches the ball off to Wills. Wills then dribbles his way into the perimeter, and now we're going to have a foul called against Marshall Harrison.
Harrison giving up position there just a second too early. Wills ended up dribbling it off his foot right after that. We'll go to the line on the bonus.
Yep, 7th team foul for Collinsville, so 1-and-1 time, and Amari Wills is up to the free throw line where he is 3 of 8 after his first 3 games of the year. Missed it. Collinsville comes away with the rebound, and really, I don't understand how that Rayshawn Taylor didn't go out of bounds. He was falling backwards when he caught that ball. Now he has it over in the corner and gets it knocked out of his hands by Dismuke. And now Taylor will inbound from underneath of his own basket. 2:49 left to play here in this first half. Zane Baker takes the ball all the way out to midcourt and then gives it up for Marshall Harrison. Collinsville up by 6, 20-14. Harrison into the corner for Zane Baker. Bounces it back to where it came from. Harrison eyes a three-pointer, good.
Drills that one. Baker passed up on the first open shot. Nobody stepped up on Harrison, and he takes that three, drills it. Nothing but net. Now some pressure here.
2:20 left on the clock, and coming away with it was Harris. He'll drive, ditch it off to Dismuke in front of the Kahok bench, and the 6'1 senior will hit his first three-pointer of this game.
Answer right back with another three, back-to-back threes.
23-17, Collinsville with the lead. 2 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor over in front of the O'Fallon bench to Harrison. Back out in the slot for Baker. Back to Harrison. Just hit a three from the right wing. Now he's over on the left wing. And he'll give the ball up to Aaron Moulton. Moulton, one bounce, gives to Baker. Outside to Rayshawn Taylor. Now at the free throw line. Moulton back to Taylor. Lines a three, wide open. Oh, can't get it to fall. Dismuke is there with the rebound for O'Fallon. They bring the ball up with 90 seconds to play here in this first half. Up underneath the basket, almost knocked away out of the hands of Cameron Neal. Back to Wills. Wills near the midcourt stripe. Gets it up to Dismuke. Now inside. Neal has that ball knocked out of his hands by Aaron Moulton, and that ball ends up all the way out of bounds. And that just managed to chew up a bunch of time on the clock. We're down to 1:10 to play here in this first half. Kwan Smith will come in. Kadrian Jones will head to the bench. That's a difference of about 9 inches. Caleb Burton brings himself up out of the backcourt and takes it all the way to the hoop himself and can't find the handle on it. He thought he was fouled. Referee didn't see it that way. The ball goes out of bounds. Collinsville gets the turnover. And we'll bring the ball up court with 1 minute to go here in this first half. Rayshawn Taylor in front of the Panthers bench to Marshall Harrison, back to Taylor. Collinsville up by 6. That has matched their biggest lead of this game. They were up by 5 after 1 quarter. Here is Rayshawn Taylor, a one-arm sling pass to Smith, to Baker, back out front, top of the key. Taylor drives, gets mugged. Oh, they're going to call it a jump ball, huh? I don't know. I think Harris got more skin than he got ball.
If it was tied up, it was tied up in the air momentarily. Arrow does favor the Kahawks. I would have liked to have seen Baker continue his trip to the hole there and just this just lay it in and see if the Chaos can't get those points, or at worst get the offensive rebound, a second chance on that, but they'll inbound it here.
Yeah, he was driving baseline and then decided to turn back around the other way. I was like you, wish he would have kept going. He either would have made the shot or he would have been fouled going up for it. Oh, speaking of going up for it, how about that from Rayshon Taylor?
And nobody found Taylor. He just kept standing there after inbounding it, and Moulton found him.
8-point lead, biggest lead of the night for Collinsville. 20 seconds left to play here in this first half. Here is Wills. He'll give it up to DeSmukes. DeSmukes back into the big blue O here at the Panther Dome, representing O'Fallon. DeSmukes, top of the key. 5 seconds left. Ditches it off to Wills, and Wills gets fouled by Zane Baker right at the free throw line, and with 4.1 seconds left, O'Fallon will have a chance for a couple of easy points here. It's Baker's first, team 8th.
Pretty straight defense there. Wills just willed the shot up and drew some arm there of Baker, and Calix will hopefully get the last shot here with the 4 seconds.
Wills on the front end of a 1-and-1 last time up to the line, missed. This time he makes it, so he'll have that bonus opportunity. And that is his first point of this game. Mari Wills, the 6-foot junior, hits both of them this go-around. 25-19, Collinsville with 2 seconds left, throws the ball up. Zane Baker can't hold on to it. It goes out of bounds, and that is how the first half comes to a close. So we go from a 5-point lead to a 6-point lead for the Collinsville Jayhawks, and we have arrived at halftime. And time to check out some scores, and we'll find some scores for you as we welcome you into the Cafe Agape halftime show. Cafe Agape in Collinsville. How about some nachos? How about some burgers? So many sides to list. A host of other wonderful menu items to choose from. Cafe Agape also offers catering service as well as delivery of some of the finest homemade food in the Collinsville area. Call them today, 345-CAFE, 345-2233, Cafe Agape. Halftime show comes your way next on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Pack Mail, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail, 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville, online, weshipstlouis.com, or call 346-4884. First National Bank of Waterloo. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo. Call Bill at 618-632-1010 or visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, and accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs, sauces, and they donate 25 cents of each unit sold to first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233.
And once again, we welcome you back to the Panther Dome here at O'Fallon High School. It's halftime, 25-19. Collinsville with the lead after one half of play. Forgot to tell you in the pregame show that the JV team won. Final score of their first game of the year was 62-49. Here, it is 25-19. It was 16-11 after one quarter of play. And then Collinsville then outscored O'Fallon 9-8 in that second quarter, and thus they have a 25-19 lead. Leading scorer thus far is Rayshawn Taylor. He has 9 points, 7 points for Marshall Harrison, 4 points for Aaron Moulton, 3 for Zane Baker, and 2 points for Kadrian Jones. And Geladini also has 2 points off the bench late in that first half. For the O'Fallon Panthers, they're led in points by Caleb Burton's 7, followed by Kyle Dismuke's 5 points, 3 points for Sean Riley, 2 points each for Quinn Harris and Mari Willis. As far as other numbers are concerned, Collinsville and O'Fallon dead even at rebounds. They have 8 apiece. Collinsville has turned the ball over 5 times. O'Fallon has turned the ball over 6 times. From the 3-point line, Collinsville has hit 4 of 9, while O'Fallon has hit 2 of 8. And from the free throw line, Collinsville's only been up there twice. That was Rayshawn Taylor. He hit 1 of 2. O'Fallon has been to the free throw line 6 times and has hit 3. So they are hitting 50% from the free throw line. Scoreboard time for you. Columbia down Westland 59 to, what is that? 51. That's a final already? Wow. East St. Louis, or excuse me, Belleville East and East St. Louis are tied 14-14 at the end of the one quarter. Greenville down Flora 60-50. That's a final. Belleville West, of course, they're going to blow away almost everybody, but they're winning 58-44 in the third against a team out of Kentucky. Highland over Glenwood, that's a final at 50-42. Nashville and Muscuda, they are at halftime with Nashville up 22-15. Mater Dei, they are losing to John Burroughs 23-10 at halftime, and Carlisle is beating Hillsborough at halftime 23-10. Here it is 25-19, and that is a look at your Cafe Agape halftime show. We will take another break and come back. Second half action comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, pulled pork, and the Collinsville favorite, the steak and onion sandwich. Cafe Agape has weekly lunch and dinner specials with pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf Thursdays, and fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered now through the To-Go delivery app. Cafe Agape is open Monday through Friday from 11 to 7, and they're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is a T3 certified tire center and they can handle all of the basics, like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basic stuff like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
And we welcome you back into the Panther Dome. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Zach Roseman along with you. Just watched the commercial there for Mike's Automotive. Big thank you to Pete, the owner at Mike's Automotive, and all the fine folks at Mike's Automotive. As everybody knows, or maybe some of you do, I've had some car problems since Tuesday of this week. Everything kind of happened at once, and of course I'm going to take it to the only auto mechanic that is sponsoring us here on the Kahok Sports Network, and they took great care of me, and, you know, it was very reasonable. I priced out, of course, some of the local chain automobile mechanical places, and it was sky high. So I took it in to Mike's Automotive, and Pete and the guys took very good care of me. So big thank you goes out to the folks at Mike's Automotive. Let's thank some more of our sponsors. How about Metro East Roofing and Guttering? Locally owned and operated since 1987 by brothers and Kahok alums Tony and Corey Jones. Metro East Roofing and Guttering can help with your roofing, guttering, and siding needs. Located at 1231 Lebanon Road in Collinsville, Metro East Roofing and Guttering is the hometown company you know and trust. Give them a call at 345-5679 today for your free estimate, and you can visit their Facebook page at Metro East Roofing and Guttering. 25-19 here at halftime. Collinsville has the lead. And Chris Kettler, give us your thoughts on this first half between Collinsville and O'Fallon.
O'Fallon's come out with a good game plan here, keeping the Kahawks' chances low, but Kahawks have still done a good job creating turnovers. O'Fallon hasn't let the Kahawks run up and down the court like they got to last week against Marion, making them run their offense here, which they may or less be a little rusty at because they didn't really have to in last week's game here. But rebounding is doing very well here for the Kahawks, limiting O'Fallon's second chance.
They haven't played in a while, have they?
Yeah, well, their game got canceled in the fallout of that brawl with Alton, and well, they weren't part of it, but they canceled the rest of the tournament. So yeah, they've had more of a layoff. Yeah.
Here is, stuff that, says Rayshawn Taylor, and goes out of bounds.
Smukes didn't even see it coming. Taylor came in from behind him.
Yeah, he did. Swatted that ball right away. We're underway here in the second half. 25-19, Collinsville with the 6-point lead. O'Fallon with the ball. We have switched ends of the court, so Collinsville shooting at the basket closest to our location in this weird corner of this Panther Dome. And I still don't understand why they don't put the rest of these baskets up.
I don't think they move.
I don't know why.
They're
Are they
ported
permanent?
to the wall there.
Really? All right. I guess we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Here, trying to drive into the lane is Riley. He has to kick it back outside to Smukes. He'll drive, baseline, takes the shot, rolls across the rim, gets his hands on the rebound, but he's fouled while he was in midair, I believe, by Taylor. His second foul.
They kind of just both collided going for the ball. I guess Smukes had the better position, and they throw it away.
They tried to throw it away, and they almost did. That almost went into the backcourt. They get the ball up into the hands of Harris. Now into the corner to Smukes, three-point shot. It won't fall, and then a rebound by Rayshawn Taylor, and this time Harris is going to be the one guilty of the foul.
Get him on the shove there.
Oh, they called on Kraft instead of Harris.
Yeah, Kraft.
Probably a good thing, because that would have been a third for Harris, only the second for Kraft. 7:10 left to play here in this third quarter. Outside, Marshall Harrison. Back to the top of the key for Taylor. Over on the far side wing for Zane Baker. Push down by Dismukes of Taylor. No call. Now Zane Baker's double teamed. Finds a way out of it with a pass to Harrison. He drives baseline off the glass for two.
Done a good job of that a few times. Getting to the basket. Harrison lays it in, and here's a steal.
There's a steal. And Rayshawn Taylor will make him pay for that steal.
Good back-to-back buckets. Now extend this lead to 10. Kahawk's largest lead of the game.
29-19. Bounce pass and into the lane off the glass. No good.
Good board there.
Marshall Harrison with a rebound. Yes, it was. Harrison moves it up to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor pops a three from the wing, and it's good.
7 quick points for the Kahawks. 32-19.
Wow.
And Muniz will call timeout.
You knew that timeout was going to come up. Wow. Let's thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club has been providing women in the Collinsville area an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go help the needy in Collinsville. For more information on any event sponsored by the Junior Service Club, make sure you check out the Collinsville Junior Service Club's Facebook page. How about some more sponsors? Sure, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor that you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Call 618-407-5466 or online at pacedesignconstruct.com. 6:20 left to play here in this third quarter, and Collinsville came out of the gates flying, 7 straight points. And O'Fallon has yet to score here in the first couple of minutes of this third quarter, and therefore Brian Muniz, calls a timeout, and they now have 4. No, they have 3. I think you only get 5 in high school.
You get 5.
Yeah.
230s.
My scoreboard has
full,
6.
3 fulls.
So
no, that's NBA.
I know. I got an NBA scoreboard for you folks. How about that? Here's Harris. Harris drives and off the rim, no good. Zane Baker with the rebound. And Collinsville back looking for more, and underneath the basket, Adrian Jones almost got mugged in midair, and now the ball on the ground, and let's watch the tempers, please.
Wild throw into the paint there, and KJ did a good job of trying to recover it. Then his big body just laid up over it and eventually got tied up, I believe, and this will be the jump ball.
Yeah, jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Collinsville, so the Kahawks will get the ball back, and they'll inbound from underneath of their own basket.
See the inbound play under the basket led to an easy basket earlier, and see what the Kahawks drop this time.
Inbound pass will come from Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor inbounds to Smith, top of the key, Zane Baker. Baker gives it back to Smith. Back over to Taylor. Taylor on the left wing, deeper inside the left side now to Harrison, and back the other way we go. Here's an alley-oop, and Harrison misses the other end of it. Man.
Doing the old Lincoln lob there. That's the play Lincoln loves to run. Just missed it. Wish Harrison would got a little more up on that. He kind of could only swat at it a little bit.
Here is Quinn Harris. He'll drive all the way. Shot's too short. O'Fallon still looking for their first basket here in this third quarter. Here is, that's going to be a charging foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a charge.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Rayshawn Taylor kind of just went shoulder first into the O'Fallon player, and there was no way the referee could miss that call.
Yeah, he wasn't even looking at Kraft. He was looking at to his left to dish it off and bowled over Kraft. And
third foul for Taylor. That is the first foul here in this, second in the second half for Collinsville. Now Tebby gets caught in the corner, but he gets out of it with a pass to Dismukes, who then passes to Kraft, and Kraft throws it right into the legs. He threw it right into the legs of Zane Baker. I didn't see Zane Baker make any kind of a kicking move at all. It looked like the pass went right into his shin.
Yeah, that's what it seemed. Maybe they're calling that because that helped them bring control of the ball, though they'll make that call against him and just let O'Fallon set it up.
Rayshawn Taylor goes to the bench. Laurent Geladini is in. Geladini. That's a mouthful.
It's a crazy spelling, too.
It is. Looks like, or sounds like gel, and started with a D and a Z. There's a three-point shot for Drew Tebby. And O'Fallon gets their first points here in this third quarter from beyond the three-point stripe. Here is Zane Baker now for Collinsville. Onto the wing for Kawan Smith. He gets it to Marshall Harrison. Back over to Zane Baker, top of the key, and then the handoff from Geladini back to Baker. Baker in front of his own bench, gives it up to Laurent. Now back to Quan Smith. Smith to Marshall Harrison. Harrison on the left wing, gives it up to Zane Baker, top of the key. 4:40 left to play here in this third quarter. Baker in front of his own bench, drives high off the glass, can't get it to fall, bounces off of a Panthers player's head and right into the hands of Marshall Harrison, and then Coach Lee had the wherewithal to call a timeout, and we will have to thank some more of our sponsors. How about Chapman Trucking LLC? Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. 9 years of experience they have, does Chapman Trucking. They can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more, including getting your heavy equipment where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC at 618-960-9346 or online, ChapmanTruckingLLC.net. And how about the City of Collinsville? We need to thank them. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on upcoming events. Of course, they have the Christmas at the Collins House lighting celebration and parade going on tomorrow. That begins at 5:30 in Uptown Collinsville. And, of course, the City of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck this sports season. 4.5 minutes to go. Quarter number 3. Collinsville up by 10, 32-22. Collinsville led by 5 after one quarter. They upped it by 1 and led by 6 at the end of the first half. And so far, they have put on quite the scoring show here in the early moments of this third quarter and raced out with 7 points unanswered until O'Fallon finally hit a three-pointer. Now we're going to have a reach-in foul that's going to go against Dismuke. Nope, they're going to call it against Riley. That's his first. Team second. Each team now has 2 here in this second half. Everybody will be happy to know I got my car back, right?
Definitely.
I know I am. Here's Smith in the corner. And he turns around at the free throw, and we can't get anything going right now. There's just no flow here. There's been whistle after whistle after whistle.
And that's what O'Fallon wants. They probably saw film on Collinsville, saw him run around on them, and they just want to do anything to disrupt the Kahawks. And
there's an inbound pass to Marshall Harrison. He got rejected once, rejected twice, and the second time is going to cost Caleb Burton his 3rd foul.
Working in O'Fallon's fact, they're not, getting blown out yet. They got it within 10, but
well, they're going to call it against Riley again. 2 in a row, and he does have 2. That's it. To the free throw line this time, though, will be Marshall Harrison. Harrison's first trip to the free throw line. He went 4 of 7 in Heron. And Collinsville only had 2 free throw shots in that first half, and Rayshawn Taylor went 1 for 2. Harrison hits the front end of this one. Collinsville now up by 11. Marshall Harrison trying to put him up by 12. Shot, no good. Rebound belongs to O'Fallon. Here comes Tebby. Tebby, far side, top of the key now. A shot by Riley.
This is everything.
Nothing but air. And the student body cheering section here for Collinsville will let him know. 8th turnover for O'Fallon here in this game. Inbound pass will come from underneath the O'Fallon bench. And now no, you got to stand there until they buzz you in, dude.
Well, he's
yeah.
he's trying to check in on the guys in the end, and that's newspaper reporters.
Yeah.
He's got to get up there to
Sarah.
He's got to get up there to Stacy and the O'Fallon.
Stacy, yeah.
O'Fallon score.
Knew began with an S.
Yeah.
That was funny though. We got a kick out of it. You didn't have that on camera, did you?
The camera should have got it.
Oh, okay.
Trying to check in with Dave Will
yeah.
of the Post and
Dean Criddle, yeah.
Yeah, we'll check you in.
Yeah, we'll check you in. Here's Zane Baker, 3-point shot, good. His second 3-pointer of this game. And Collinsville's lead is now 14 points. Here is Dismukes for O'Fallon. I looked at that roster earlier a couple of days ago, the O'Fallon roster. I didn't recognize any names.
Oh, yeah, all new guys in them pretty much. And other than Dismukes, who was one of their guys last year. He gets those points right there.
Yeah, that's his first points here in the second half. Here is Smith to Rayshawn Taylor for 3. Oh, it rims out. And the rebound, almost a travel as Neal caught the ball and then slid about 5 feet on the court.
Anything, Baker jumping in front of him held that up from him traveling.
There is Dismukes, and his shot too hard off the glass, and the rebound belongs to Neal. He puts it back up, and a foul called in the process. The basket did not fall, so to the free throw line will be the 6'6" junior, Cameron Neal. Foul is going to be on Marshall Harrison, his first, excuse me. Team's third. I already had one down for Harrison. He doesn't have one. How about Cameron Neal at the free throw line? This is actually his first trip to the free throw line this year. And he makes a good one. And Mari Wills checks back into the game for O'Fallon. Second free throw shot forthcoming here from Cameron Neal. 3:04 left to go here in this third quarter, 36-25. Collinsville up by 11. And that'll stay that way after the missed shot and the rebound by Aaron Moulton. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor will pass the ball up to Kawan Smith. Smith gets it out on the left wing for Harrison. Back out front we go. Aaron Moulton, top of the key. Harrison dribbles, cut off there by 3 O'Fallon Panthers as that defensive hole was closed up quick. And now a loose ball. It's popped up, and O'Fallon knocks it out of bounds going for that interception.
Oh, Wills did a good job of getting his hand on the ball, popped it up, and Panthers had 2 guys there try to go get it.
2:38 left to play here in quarter number 3. Glad you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. I'm Todd Duke, Chris Kettler on the other microphone. Zach Roseman taking care of our scoreboard tonight. It's a 3-man job. Here's Kawan Smith. He'll back up toward the middle court circle. Takes it over onto the left wing, reverses direction, heads to the top of the key, looking for a little pick there by Moulton. Has enough room. Oh, then runs right into the side of Dismukes, and both players went down.
Looked like worse than it was.
Yeah, it did, huh?
Smith was ready to set his feet there. They just kind of collided at the last second.
I think the worst part about that was I think Zane Baker and Dismukes, and Baker's face went into Dismukes' armpit. Here's Kawan Smith. Back out. Over to Geladini. Front of his own bench. Smith into the corner now. Baseline, whistle, stops the action. Not sure what the call is here. Foul coming up against O'Fallon. Third foul for Neal, 5th team foul for O'Fallon. Here in the second half, here's Zane Baker back to Smith. Baker right in front of Coach Lee. Out to the top. Geladini to Harrison to Smith, top of the key, left wide open, and the 3-point shot hits that fat part of the iron. Comes down, rebound for Collinsville. Here is Marshall Harrison. Harrison into the paint, and he's fouled from behind with 1:37 left to play here in this third quarter.
Last shot by Smith. Normally he makes that. If he would have been able to set himself a little more, probably would have drained that, but rush shot didn't go in.
Dismukes picks up his first foul of this game. Rayshawn Taylor goes to the bench. Marshall Harrison.
Possession.
Yeah, it has. Marshall Harrison is in, as well as Kawan Smith, Laurent Geladini, Zane Baker, and Aaron Moulton. Those are your 5 wearing the purple and the white out there on the floor. Baker on the inbound does so into the corner for Marshall Harrison. And push coming into the paint. That one's going to belong to Cameron Neal. He shoved Aaron Moulton from behind. That was away from the play, and that'll be his 4th.
doing everything they can to deny the ball inside Moulton, and Neal gets the foul, and it'll take him to the line.
94 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. One and a bonus. That was the 7th foul here, and we're in the third quarter, and he misses the front end, does Moulton.
Kahok will keep the possession, though.
Well,
I'd like to see the free throw go in, but more time will go off this clock as
Kahawks are up by 11. Inbound pass coming in from Zane Baker. That's tipped partially by O'Fallon, and now they're going to say, yes, it was partially tipped by O'Fallon, but Kawan Smith then grabbed it in midair and landed out of bounds.
yeah, he was jumping towards it, and as he jumped to the sideline there, rolled right off of him.
Yeah, I think it threw him off when it was tipped. So the Kahawks commit their 7th turnover. O'Fallon has committed 8. And the Panthers with the ball. Here is Tebby at the top of the key. He dribbles, he drives, he bounces it into the corner for Kraft. And Kraft picks up his dribble and then gives it up now for Riley and Wills, and a shot, but the shot's no good. I don't think it would have counted anyway, but the foul is going to belong to Collinsville. Zane Baker will pick up his 2nd. Team's 4th. Kahawks still have the 11-point lead with 1:08 left to play here in this third quarter. This third quarter is just slogged along. Here is Dismukes with a 3-point shot. Hits that fat part of that iron. No good. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here comes Kawan Smith. Smith dribbles in between 2 defenders and then falls down. Gives the ball to Aaron Moulton, and Moulton just turns around and puts it off the glass for 2.
Drove in and ran out of space, but found Moulton there, and the big guy goes up with it.
Almost looked like somebody stepped on his shoe because he just like stopped and then went straight down.
Now travel.
9th turnover for O'Fallon. We'll take it. And Zane Baker will inbound from right at the end of the O'Fallon bench with 37.3 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Smith, Baker runs it down. Oh, he gets tackled. A soccer-style tackle over there at midcourt by Kyle Dismukes.
Yeah, Dismukes made a crazy dive for the ball there. That's a tough one there.
His 2nd.
Dismukes really had no opportunity to go for the ball, and what he was really trying to do was trying to take out Baker. He could have called an intentional one on that, but they'll just go with the bonus shot.
8th team foul for O'Fallon, so 1-and-1 time for Zane Baker. Baker, his first trip to the free throw line tonight. He was perfect in Heron, albeit just 2 tries, 2 for 2. Baker at the free throw line. First one good, he'll have another. .1 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Zane Baker at the free throw line, looking to break the 40-point barrier for his team tonight. Right now, 39-25. Here comes shot number 40. Good.
Get this up to 15. This was the number I was hoping for going into halftime. The Chaos get up by going into 3 quarters now. They're up by 15.
Final 30 seconds left to play here in this third. Here is Tebby over on the far side for Wills. Wills in front of his own bench. Gets the ball up inside to Neal. Turnaround shot. Excuse me, that's Riley. And nothing doing. Collinsville comes away with it. Here is Smith. 10 seconds left. Moves it up the timeline. 8 seconds left. Top of the key. Drives and almost lost control of the ball. Bounces it to Zane Baker. Into Moulton off the glass. Good for 2. And then there's the buzzer.
Great recovery there. Finds Moulton underneath and be up 17 through 3 quarters.
42-25 after 3 quarters of play. We'll take another break here and come back. Fourth quarter action heads your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today, 618-344-2800, or on the Missouri side, 314-241-5253, or online, lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Well, if you're looking to buy a new home or sell your current one, you can trust the Blaylock team of RE/MAX Alliance with all of your real estate needs. If you buy or sell with the Blaylocks, guess what, folks? They'll donate $200 to your favorite Kahok Booster Club. Call Peyton or Emily Blaylock today at 780-4622. Check them out online, www.blaylockteam.com. Collinsville outscoring O'Fallon in that third quarter, 17-6, and a 17-point lead for the Kahawks as well. So that was a nice third quarter, and most of it started off in the early goings. Here is Tebby, and Tebby hits a three-point shot, his second one here in this second half. That's all of his scoring thus far, is those two three-pointers. Here's Quan Smith, who gets shoved down from behind. This one looks like it's going to go against Caleb Burton.
It's the last 6 points for O'Fallon, I think, or 6 of their last 7 points. Tebby's three-pointer, they had that free throw in between.
That's Burton's second. I don't know where I'm coming up with all these extra fouls, but I had him down for 3. That would have been his third, I thought. Here's Quan Smith. Smith looking for his first points tonight. He is 9 of 15 from the free throw line, and he'll have to wait a little longer for that first point here in this game, as that one fails to go in. The rebound belongs to O'Fallon, and a three-point shot from Tebby. Let's not let this happen. 42-31. Collinsville still up by 11. Here is Zane Baker. He crosses the timeline with a pass to Marshall Harrison. Back to Smith. Smith with his feet in the center court circle. He dribbles, he drives, and then he reverses direction. Here's Zane Baker. Back to Smith. Mid-court. Smith. Kind of dribbles around with it for a while. Then Zane Baker gets the ball poked out from behind by Dismukes. And oh, no look, and off the glass. 2 points, Aaron Moulton.
All works out. The Kahawks just stretch the court, then are able to move it around and find the two big guys underneath who just went back and forth with it.
Yeah, the O'Fallon players that were in the perimeter came out to the front of the perimeter, and that allowed the two big guys. One was on one post, one was on the other post, and it went boom, bang in. 44-33, still an 11-point lead here for Collinsville. Now we're going to have a foul called against O'Fallon, against Zane Baker, right in front of Zane Baker's teammates, as that foul belongs to Burton. He now has 3. Here is Zane Baker.
Looking to get Ray Sean here in after this.
Baker now 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Oh, who's going out? Okay, Moulton.
Taylor comes in. Moulton heads to the bench. Coach Lee started off with both of his big guys out there as the starting 5. Just had them out there again together, and now Taylor comes in for one of them as Zane Baker stays perfect at the free throw line. He is now 4 for 4. Kahawks now up by 13, 46-33. Bounce pass comes into Riley, turns around, takes the shot, no good, but he's fouled. So Riley will head to the free throw line. That'll be the second foul for Kedrian Jones.
Maybe a bit of a bump on the shot, but other than that, I think he just called it because he missed it.
I'm all over the place on these fouls. I said it was his second. That was his third. It's been a long week, folks. First shot, good by Riley. He is now 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And he'll have another. It's on the way, and both are good. There is Kawan Smith being double teamed in the backcourt. Gets it up to Jones, who fires it across the line to Zane Baker. Baker back to midcourt for Taylor. Taylor with 5:25 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Dribbles and drives and has the ball knocked out of his hands, but it finds Marshall Harrison, who finds Kawan Smith. Smith will give it up now to Zane Baker. Collinsville very happy to play that perimeter game, and now Baker slips and falls, but has the wherewithal to get it to Zane Baker, and now over to Taylor in front of his own bench. He drives, has that knocked away by Riley. And now O'Fallon brings the ball back down court, trailing by 13. Driving baseline. That alley was cut off by Jones as Kraft made a move, and now Kraft with the ball in front of his own bench. Bounces the ball in and bounces it right back to where it came from. Then a loose ball is picked up by Marshall Harrison. 10th turnover by O'Fallon here tonight. And Rayshawn Taylor will move the ball up court. 4:35 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Gets it to Smith, bounces it outside the lane to Jones. Back out front we go now to Rayshawn Taylor. Collinsville very content with just chewing up some time here, as the Kahawks look to improve to a perfect 6-0. And shoved from behind, Sean Riley. One number 11 shoves down the other number 11, Kawan Smith. And that is the 10th team foul now for O'Fallon, so it's double bonus time for the Kahawks. And Kawan Smith again, still looking for that first point. 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Yeah, that one rims all the way out. Sometimes you can't buy a point, can you?
Looked like it was going to go straight down, then it started catching all the rim and went back out.
All the way around the world on that one. Smith will have one more opportunity here. It's on the way and through. Now Kawan Smith is on the board. 47-35. Kahawks up by 12. 4:15 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here is Dismukes for O'Fallon. Gets it inside now for Riley. Riley back outside for Dismukes. 3-point shot. That rattles its way home. And we have a timeout called by the O'Fallon Panthers. So let's kind of get you up to date on what we have coming up next week for you. We are busy now as basketball season has started. So that means that we are going to be busy from here on out. We start off Monday with a little hockey action for you. We are at the East Alton Ice Rink against the Alton Redbirds. That'll be a 7:30 start this coming Monday. Tuesday, we're at home on the basketball court for the first time this year. The girls' home opener will take place Tuesday against East St. Louis, also scheduled for 7:30. We have Wednesday off this week. Then we're back at Camelot Bowl on Thursday afternoon as Belleville West comes into town for a 3 o'clock start. And then we will conclude our week with the boys' home opener as they welcome in the Edwardsville Tigers 1 week from tonight at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. That game scheduled to get underway at 7:30. So a big week of sports coming up for you here on the Kahawk Sports Network. And we hope that YouTube has their server problem figured out by then, because I know it's no fun to wait for the recorded version of this thing, and it's still going to take me about 90 minutes to 2 hours to upload it to the YouTube site once we get finished here. Juan Smith putting on a nice dribbling and kind of moving through an obstacle course move, and he ends up knocking it out of bounds though, and O'Fallon will bring the ball back up.
May have stepped on the line at midcourt there if there was a line in the O. He had nothing to call. There's really no line there. It's very hard to see.
Can't put a line in the O because then it would look like a zero. Military zero. The slash through it. That was a nice drive there. Caleb Burton, his first points here this half, and he's all pumped up about that shot. because he'll get to go to the free throw line as well after Kawan Smith picks up his second foul. Team sixth. Collinsville's lead is shrunk down to 7.
Fallon living by the threes, and they've knocked down 4 of the last 5, I believe, and now turnover and missed free throws and layup and three-point play by O'Fallon has us down to 6.
Dismukes picks up his third foul. Now it's just a 6-point lead here for the K-Hawks. 47-41, 3:33 left to play here in this fourth quarter. To the free throw line will go Rayshawn Taylor. He is only 1 of 2. That's how his night started, hitting one of his first 2 free throws, but he hits this one. And Collinsville is now back up by 7. Next one's good as well.
Get a stop here.
49-41, 8-point lead for Collinsville. 3.5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. O'Fallon not going away. Dismukes backs it up to Tebby. Tebby has hit 3 3-pointers here in this second half. And that's all the scoring he's had so far. Gets the ball to Burton. Burton pops a 3-point shot. That one's going to fall short. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Jayhawks bring the ball back up court. Taylor off the glass, good for 2.
Good getting that under control. Taylor held up enough to be under the basket and lay it in when he received the pass.
Rayshawn Taylor now with 16 points on the night. Here is Riley, turns around off the glass, can't get it to fall. There is a rebound by Kawan Smith. It just falls right into his arms. Gets it up to Zane Baker. Baker across the line to Taylor, gives it right back to Baker. Baker on the wing, backs it up now to Smith. 2:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter, and there is a reach around from behind by Tebby. That'll be his second foul. Already well into double bonus. We've been at double bonus for a while. And here is Kawan Smith, who is 1 for 3 from the free throw line here tonight. Good. Now he's warmed up from the free throw line, right? After taking those first 3 shots, he has got himself warmed up a little bit. Now he hits this one and trying to go for back-to-back shots here. I think everybody moved early. No whistle on the play. He misses. Rebound, however, belongs to Collinsville. Here is Taylor. He'll bounce it back over to Smith right in front of his bench. Smith drives, kicks it back out for Taylor. 2.5 minutes to play. Fourth quarter action. Collinsville up 52-41. 11-point lead, and now we're going to have a reach in from behind. This one's going to go against Caleb Burton. That'll be his 4th.
Jayhawks can really move the ball around well and keep it under control and just force O'Fallon to run, chase him around and end up having to foul him.
Taylor, after missing 1 of 2 in the first half, is golden here in the second half. All this in the fourth quarter. He's 3 for 3 now in this fourth quarter. 53-41, 12-point lead for Collinsville. This time Taylor misses, and a whistle on the rebound effort. And this one's going to go against KJ. That's his 4th. Team 7th, so 1-and-1 time now for O'Fallon. 2:22 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Maybe a bit on the body. Not sure where you find that foul.
Says it was a push from behind.
Didn't see his hands ever touch him. And they call that on the one here coming up on the bonus.
There is Riley, and he hits the front end. And he is now 4 for 4 from the free throw line. We're looking to go 5 for 5. And he does. 10-point lead for the Jayhawks, 53-43. Pressure being put on in the backcourt. And Taylor breaks that, splits the defense, and then draws a foul.
Yeah, once he split the defense and he's about to break away, get it to Jones for the layup. Fallon just decided best to foul him.
Wills picks up his first foul. Back to the free throw line goes Mr. Taylor. First one's good. What was that he hit in a row last year at the holiday tournament, 29?
Yeah, 29 to 29 in that MacArthur game.
Yeah.
The semifinals of the Holiday Classic.
And I believe he hit 3 in a row in the game the day before, so he ended up with like 32 in a row. Yeah, that was fun to watch that too. 55-43, 12-point lead here for the Kahawks. Here is Dismukes. He drives and gets one to fall in. Hits the front of the rim, and then it drops. Dismukes, and there we go. A little fast job on the transition there. Taylor now with 21 points on the night. 23, excuse me, after that 2-point bucket. Here is Tebby. Tebby, top of the key with 1:45 to play here in this fourth quarter. Into the corner the ball goes for Wills. Back out front for Dismukes. Dismukes. Getting bothered by Taylor. Give up over on the far side now to Burton. Burton tries to drive inside the paint. That avenue was cut off, and a foul in the process. And Kadrian Jones has fouled out of this game. He becomes the first victim of the foul outs, and Aaron Moulton will come in to take his place.
I don't know if I agree with any of those last 3 fouls he had. Maybe that last one was the closest, but we'll have a seat here in the last minute 28.
12-point lead with that minute and 28. To the free throw line, it is Burton. He is 1 for 1, now 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Burton back up, bends the knees, takes the shot, and not going to be perfect on that last shot. Now we're going to have a foul called against Kyle Dismukes. That'll be his 4th. Back to the free throw line is Rayshawn Taylor. He has taken 6 shots from the free throw line here in the second half, and he's hit 5 of them, after hitting 1 of 2 in the first half. 1 minute, 25 seconds left. Fourth quarter. And that one is falls a little short at first, and then actually had enough juice on it to get it across the rim, but it falls off on the right side. As Quinn Harris checks back in for O'Fallon as Amari Wills to the bench. Rayshawn Taylor. Falls a little short on both of them that time.
Well, leaving the door open for O'Fallon a little bit. They can knock down a shot here.
11-point lead for Collinsville. 1:15 left here in this fourth quarter. 3-point shot, Tebby, no good. Harrison with the rebound for Collinsville. And then he gets a reach-in foul from behind. That's going to go against Drew Tebby. That'll be his 3rd.
Kahawks got out and guarded the 3 better there, and hand in the face at Tebby. He finally misses one.
That was his first missed 3-pointer this half, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And they finally got up and guarded him, and the hand in his face, missed everything.
Marshall Harrison at the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 from there tonight, and make that now 2 for 3. 1:09 left to play here in this fourth quarter.
Well, Fallon came out with a couple threes here to start this quarter, and then it's just kind of been back and forth since. A lot of free throws.
Yeah.
It's back up to 13.
We had 2 free throws for Collinsville in that first half, and 6 for O'Fallon. Here's a 3-point shot that doesn't make it. Tebby comes away with the rebound, though. He'll put it back in, and that's his first non-3-point basket of the night. So it's an 11-point lead for Collinsville with 50 seconds left to play. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. He drives, baseline, dumps it off. Marshall Harrison, dipsy doodle, won't fall. Ball gets knocked out of bounds by O'Fallon. Collinsville will get to keep it. And inbound from underneath of their own basket with 45.8 seconds left to play here in this fourth quarter. There is an inbound. Harrison. One bounce, and it's good.
Everybody keying in on Moulton. Marshall broke to the other side and had a wide open lane.
Over on the far side. Into the corner it goes now for Harris. And from in front of the free throw line, shot taken there by Riley. And that did not go.
Still 20 seconds left in this one, and everyone is just now ready to dribble it out here. And that's what's going to happen.
Fans are already starting to stand up and walk out as well. 61-48, final 10 seconds to go. Zane Baker will back up, hand it to Rayshawn Taylor, and then he'll throw it over to Kawan Smith, and Smith will hold on to the ball, and that is going to do it. 61-48 in favor of your Collinsville Kahawks. And we'll make our transition now into the Chiropractic Works post-game show. Owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Call them at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life, which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their second year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Call 855-9100 or online, sloanspubhouse.com.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Chris McCluskey, and I'm excited to be here talking to you about one of our favorite products that we offer to the practice members in our office. It's called Rico's Bioenergy Band. Now, over the last 15 years that I've been in health and wellness, we've been blessed to grow one of the busiest pediatric and family wellness centers in the United States, where we've helped tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. So today we're going to talk about Rico's Bioenergy Bands. It's a simple band that you wear around your wrist or your ankle. We even have dog bands. What the Bioenergy Band does, it helps you live a higher quality of life which is exactly what my purpose in life is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible. So we're going to introduce to you Rico, the band, the science and technology. We're going to perform a test for y'all to show you how the product works.
I'm Rico with Rico's Bioenergy. I created Rico's Bioenergy wristbands. We've been around for around 7 years, and this company has grown to a $20 million company because we have a great product and it works.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins tonight by a final score of 61-48. And joining us now is Collinsville's assistant varsity coach and the head man for the JV team. That would be Eric Anderson. How are you doing, Coach?
Good, Todd. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problems. Let's talk about this game first. 61-48 by your varsity team. I liked what I saw. First time I've seen the Collinsville Kahawks in this school year. Rayshawn Taylor did what he usually does. Nice job by the big guys down on the low post, both offensively and defensively. I think that O'Fallon kind of came back there toward the end and kind of put a little scare in the team.
Yeah, O'Fallon, they got some speed, and they were knocking shots down. They made some more shots than we've seen them make in their previous games, but I give O'Fallon credit. They played hard. You know, they did a nice job kind of taking it out of our point guard, you know, in Ray's hands. You know, they went and doubled him, got it out of his hands, you know, and then kind of sped us up a little bit. We could have slowed down a lot more and ran better offense, but I give O'Fallon credit. They kind of took us out of what we wanted to do a little bit.
Kind of looked like the same Kawan Smith I saw last year, just fast and relentless and goes after every ball that's loose, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's great. He's been a ball hawk. I mean, he's just all over the place, pressuring the other team's guards. And, you know, really our pressure starts with him. And, you know, he puts a little pressure on the ball, gets the guy to kind of turn his head a little bit, and, you know, and then we kind of deny the next passes, and he really makes us go.
Nice to get back on the court after that 5-game trip up in, or down in, I keep on wanting to put them up north. They're down south. Heron. So kind of nice to get back on the court after all that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, we're ready to play, start conference play, and I think that was one thing. This O'Fallon team's, you know, a lot quicker than the teams we saw down there, and we had to adjust to it a little bit. You know, and they kind of forced us to play sloppy a little bit because they are so quick. And like I said, O'Fallon's got a nice team. They got some young guys they're playing in there, mixing in with some juniors. And I was really impressed how hard they played. And we had them outsized and hurt them on the boards a little bit and controlled the game. But, you know, we couldn't, to their credit, we couldn't pull away. You know, they kept it close and would end up being, 13. And, you know, we felt it could have been more, and I give them credit.
The JV team, you guys won 62-49. That was your first game of the year with them, right?
Yeah, I was actually pleasantly surprised. We looked, you know, a little better further along than I thought we would, being the first time stepping out on the court and playing together, you know, as a unit and getting a rotation down. And I have some juniors that have played a little bit last year. You know, there's some experience out there. I think that helped, you know. So, yeah,
I got to watch most of it, and it looked like you guys were running away with that JV game for a long time. And then I looked back up, and lo and behold, O'Fallon's coming back in it in that quarter, in the fourth quarter as well.
Yeah, they may, and most teams are. And we try to tell our guys, you know, they're going to feel that sense of urgency. You know, they're going to come back on you. They're going to make some type of run at you, especially the teams that are well coached like O'Fallon. And, you know, kids aren't going to roll over and just give up.
No, well,
you know, so
no.
we talk about, you know, we're going to have to withstand their, you know, a run they're going to make at you. And our kids did a nice job, and usually that mattered. You take care of the ball and make free throws, and we were able to make enough. So.
You guys are at Edwardsville tomorrow for that little shootout they have going over there. What do you know about St. Mary's?
Not a ton. I know they got a really good player. I think he's planning on going to SLU to play, and he hasn't played with them yet. He's been injured. I understand it was a shoulder injury, so we've yet to see him play. I think they, like in most teams, are going to struggle a little bit without their best player, their best scorer. And he's a guard, so I think he has rumors have it that he has a chance to play either, you know, soon, either if it's tomorrow or soon in the near future. So, you know, we're planning on seeing him, and if not, great. If we can avoid seeing their best player, we'll take it. But, you know, I think he'll be back on the court soon. Yeah,
and then you guys don't hit the courts again until a week from tonight against the home opener against Edwardsville. Kind of a weird schedule start.
Yeah, it is a little bit. We'll get a little break, but that's okay. You know, we'll get a week's practice, prepare for them, and go from there.
Practice makes perfect, man. Thanks for the visit, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Eric Anderson, the JV coach and the assistant coach on the varsity side of things. We thank him for his visit here on the Kahok Sports Network in the Chiropractic Works Pre-game show. Here's a rundown of the numbers that we have for you. Leading scorer in this game was Rayshon Taylor with 23 points. After that, a couple more double-digit pointers for Collinsville as Marshall Harrison knocks down 14, 10 each for Aaron Moulton and Zane Baker. And then you have a couple apiece for Kawan Smith, Kadrian Jones, and Laurent Geladini off of the bench. For the O'Fallon Panthers, they were led in points by Kyle Dismukes, 14, 11 points each for Caleb Burton and Drew Tebby. And then the single-digit scorers, we had Sean Riley with 7, 2 points apiece for Quinn Harris and Amari Wills, and then 1 point for Cameron Neal. From the lines, Collinsville went 6 of 13 from the three-point stripe and 15 of 20 from the free throw line, so that was nice to see. For O'Fallon, they struggled from beyond the three-point stripe, 5 of 17. Not too bad from the free throw line, though, as they hit 10 of 15. Collinsville out-rebounding the O'Fallon Panthers 24-14, and Collinsville's turned the ball over 9 times in this game, while the O'Fallon Panthers turned the ball over 10 times. Collinsville led by 5 after 1 quarter of play when it was 16-11. They then outscored O'Fallon just 9-8 in that second quarter and extended that lead to 1 point where it was 25-19. Third quarter was the big one. Collinsville outscoring O'Fallon 17-6 in that one, and they took a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, and that's the final score as well, 17 points, 61-48. We bring Chris Kettler back into the fold here in the Chiropractic Works post-game show, and I know this is not your first time seeing the team, but I'll ask you anyway, Mr. Kettler, your thoughts on this game compared to the 5 you witnessed in Heron.
Almost a totally opposite, different game there. The Kahawks weren't able to run like they normally were. O'Fallon tied it down there on defense and made it a little more sloppy. Didn't let the Kahawks run like they wanted to, which would have been O'Fallon's game plan. But it's good to see you got to play a different way. You got to knock down some shots, play some defense, make some rebounds, make some free throws. It's a good starter here for this conference. It's going to get tougher. You got East St. Louis, the next conference game on Tuesday down there. That's going to be a crazy game with 2 top 10 teams, and then before that, you got the shootout game tomorrow, which Coach Anderson talked about. Yeah, so we are off and running here in basketball season. Kahawks are a perfect 6-0 on the young season after this victory here tonight by a score of 61-48. We're back at you Monday, the 3rd of December. That's right, December is here. We're at the East Alton Ice Rink for a battle against the hometown Alton Redbirds, and that will begin at 7:30. That's going to do it for us from O'Fallon. Final score once again, Collinsville wins 61-48. Mr. Zach Roseman, thank you on the scoreboard. Mr. Chris Kettler, thank you on the camera and the other microphone. And for both of these gentlemen, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone have a fantastic weekend.